Hello, my name is Em. I'm 20 and I'm autistic. Thank you for watching my first ever YouTube video. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about autistic special interests and tell you some fun facts about my current autistic special interest, which is insects, specifically Australian stick insects. So if you'd like to learn some fun facts about Australian stick insects that you probably won't ever need, unless like you do a trivia night or something, maybe it would be helpful, then stick around and I promise you it will be interesting. Before we start, I guess I'd like to show a couple of my special interest related items while I give you a little bit of information about what an autistic special interest is. This is my Lego praying mantis that I just made. It's really cool. Even though praying mantis aren't my special interest, they are kind of similar to stick insects, and I fixed it. I actually really like this piece. I think it's really cool. I've also got the Hercules beetle coming along, so maybe I could do an update on that in the future. This might be a little bit gross to some people, but this is my jar full of skins, and a little one full of a skin. Stick insects, because they're an insect, they have an exoskeleton, and so they have to shed their exoskeleton as they grow, around 6 times throughout their life, depending on the species of stick insect. So I have loads of skins to collect every month, and I just kind of put them all in this jar, and it probably has nothing to do with the reason that people don't want to come into my room. This is one of many insect books that I have, and I like this one in particular because it's really big and I like to look at the pictures because I am a child. My favorite thing about this book is that it has a whole like 5 or 10 pages about stick insects at the end, which is really exciting to me because most insect books don't really touch on stick insects for some reason. I think it's weird that other people don't feel the way that I feel, and I feel that stick insects are very exciting and other people don't feel that way, but that's okay because I kind of like try and change that today. Maybe you'll learn something new about stick insects. Maybe you'll like them a little bit more after this, who knows. I'm gonna get the best special interest related item out to show you guys now, which is obviously a live stick insect, but first I just wanted to go over special interests and what an autistic special interest is. So when I said my special interest is stick insects, what I mean is that I have an intense, long-lasting interest and enjoyment of stick insects because of my autistic brain. Special interest is an autism-specific term, which means that it is a term used within the autistic community and within the autistic diagnostic kind of criteria. It's not named in the diagnostic criteria, but it fits into the diagnostic criteria because it's an intense, prolonged interest in something. Special interest is a term created to reflect how intensely and how joyfully we connect with our area of interest. Special interests, in my opinion, are one of the best parts about being autistic. Like, I can get so much predictable joy just from hanging out with my stick insects or reading a book about them, learning something about them, holding them. It brings me so much joy because I'm engaging with my special interest, and to have a surefire way to get dopamine is something really cool about being autistic and something that not everyone will get to experience. So I'm really glad, I guess. I love stick insects and I am really happy that I have them to get me through the less great parts about being autistic. So I'm just gonna grab one out and we can learn some facts about it. This is a spiny leaf stick insect. She is a female and she's an adult. You can see she's nice and chubby because she's full of eggs. She's ready to start laying her eggs. because she's an adult. Now, I can tell that this is a female spiny leaf insect because she's got spines all the way down her back. Males are smooth all the way down their backs and tails, and then when they have their final molt and become an adult or mature insect, they actually change shape completely. They go long and they get long wings and skinny, whereas as you can see, the females get chunky and big and beautiful. I can tell she's an adult because she's got tiny little wing buds that indicate she's had her last molt and she's going to start laying eggs soon. She's so beautiful. Tell her she's beautiful. So this is a spiny leaf insect, and I think the Latin name for it is Extasomata. No, I'm not going to do it actually. I'm not going to say the Latin name. You can look that up yourself. The common name here in Australia is spiny leaf insect. I've also heard them called the giant prickly stick insect, but that's more an overseas name for them. And I've also heard them called the Maclay's spectre stick insect. They are called a spiny leaf insect, but they are not actually a leaf insect. They are a stick insect, just like the long, slender ones that you might picture. They are native to Australia, which is super cool because they are a pretty amazing looking insect. And just in case anyone is worried, they are completely not harmful to humans. They can't bite, they can't sting, they're not poisonous. I've heard of some spiny leaf insects secreting a liquid that smells bad when they get threatened, but I've never had that happen with any of my spiny leaf insects, and I've raised 2 generations of spiny leaf insects. And every insect is different. They have their little personalities just like any other animal. What she's doing right now is living up to her namesake and trying to go as still as possible and look like a stick or a dead leaf. She's just beautiful. Honestly, with putting the facts to the side for a second, these creatures are so beautiful. They're so ornate, they're so gentle, they're so spectacular looking. Like, I can't believe that more people don't have them as pets and know about them and care about them. They're gentle giants. For an art project I recently had, I featured a stick insect as a symbol for an autistic person because I feel that I have to do what a stick insect does on a day-to-day basis by masking my autistic traits. I have to blend in, just like they try and blend in to their environment so they don't get hurt. They're very good at staying still throughout the day, but they do also have a really cool behavior where they rock side to side. You might have seen in some like viral TikToks I've seen them, and that is them mimicking a leaf swaying in the wind. So if I were to blow on her, there's a little one. She obviously is these really cool spines. She's got along her stomach and back and her head and her legs also. They're obviously another means of defense. If she was, for instance, like getting attacked by a bird, she would take those spiny legs of hers and try and jam them into a predator's mouth. My favourite fact about stick insects is that Australian stick insects, all species as far as I am aware, are parthenogenetic, which means that they can reproduce without needing to mate with a male. So she has no male to mate with, but she's full of eggs. She will lay those eggs, and those eggs will hatch into genetic clones of her, which is honestly the coolest thing I could possibly imagine for this little creature. She's looking at me. Hi. Look, she's moving her head to have a look at me. Had to flip the camera around so I could show you some close-ups. There she is. There are her little wing buds, head, antenna, her beautiful tail. At the bottom here is where she poops and also lays eggs. An egg will come and hang out in this last part of her tail here. until it's hard enough to be flicked onto the ground, and she'll flick her tail and it will go into the leaf litter. Hello. She's the most beautiful, the most amazing. I love her so much. What she's doing right now when she's putting her legs up is looking for other branches. Their evolutionary response is to climb high, so she will always be on the lookout for higher branches to climb up to so she can get to the top of a tree and find the leaves that she eats. These little guys eat a number of native Australian plants, but the most prevalent is eucalyptus, and that's what I feed them. They eat multiple species of eucalyptus. They eat species of melaleuca as well. For those overseas who keep these guys who don't have access to Australian native plants, they can also eat rose and bramble, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I love her so much. She's curling her tail up a little bit. That's another defense mechanism that they have to try and make themselves look like a scorpion. There was a viral video recently featuring a stick insect that was flicking its tail up, trying to mimic a scorpion-like behavior. Okay, she just moved her mouth parts a little bit, so that is her trying to sense what's around her. In my insects, I also know that as a sign that they might be thirsty, so I'll give her a little spray with a spray bottle. See if she wants a drink. Do you want a drink? They are really easy pets to have. I change their leaves once a week or sooner if they eat them all. And I spray them once a night with the spray bottle so that they can drink the droplets off the leaves. I am letting her go on my face for dramatic effect right now, but she's happy to chill. I would prefer if she took a claw off my eye. They're not harmful. She's very gentle. Her little claws are a little bit scratchy, but she doesn't mean to. They're very gentle creatures. They really are amazing pets. They're like little fairies. I would recommend anyone get stick insects, spiny leaf insects or otherwise. They really watching them shed their exoskeletons, grow, reproduce asexually, eat, climb. It's really a wonderful experience. Alright, she is moving around a lot, so I'm taking that as a sign that she wants to go back into her enclosure, so I will pop her back in. Bye bye! Alright, she has been popped back in her enclosure. She is totally fine. I'm giving her a little spray because it is really hot right now in Australia. Well, when isn't it really hot in Australia? But in conclusion, I hope you learned some fun facts about stick insects that you never expected to know, or perhaps you are a fellow stick insect enthusiast and have stumbled across this page, in which case, hello, I'm so excited to have you here. I'm so excited to share more about my special interests in the future to people that actually care about it, because people in real life don't so much want to know about stick insects, which I think is insane. I also hope maybe you learned something about autistic special interests and got to watch one happen in real life. If you're not around autistic people, a feature of a special interest is a lot of us know lots and lots and lots about very niche areas that you might have never heard of or are not interested in, but it's very interesting to us, and it's very fun for me to be able to share this. I hope that by putting it on the internet I can find people that do care about listening to me talk about stick insects. So thank you for watching. If you watched all this far, that's amazing. I never expected anyone to watch this video, let alone all the way to the end. Let me know if there is anyone watching, especially if you're interested in stick insects, if there are any sort of videos you would like to see in the future on here, because I've been really enjoying making autism and insect content recently. I've been posting a lot on TikTok. My TikTok is Raquel Emmy, EMI at the end of Rat Girl, and I'm excited to bring it to a new platform and see if anything happens, see if anyone watches, which would be really cool. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, and there will be a next video, so get excited.